Hello everyone, in this video tutorial I am going to explain few more problems on coplanar non-concurrent force system. The fifth question is like this: four forces acts on a 700 into 375 mm plane as shown in the figure. Find the resultant of these forces and locate the point where line of action of the resultant intersects the edge AB of the plane. So they given four forces. First we have to calculate the resultant, then about AB where that resultant is going to intersect, that we have to calculate. For that either we can take A or B as reference point for the calculation of location of the resultant. So at the first part of the question I am going to resolve these forces in horizontal and vertical direction. For that we have to calculate some angles. I will take for that 500 Newton. This will makes an angle theta 1. If this is theta 1, if I see in the figure, this will be the opposite angle, therefore this I can take it as theta 1. Same way for the 340 Newton force, I will take this as theta 2. So if I see in the figure, I can take this is the opposite angle, that is theta 2. To calculate that theta 1, I will use the triangle AOD. In that, if I take tan theta 1 is equal to, opposite is 500, adjacent is 375. If I do the calculation, I will get 53.13 degree. In triangle BOC, tan theta 2 is equal to, opposite is 200, adjacent is 375, so we will get 28.07 degrees. So I got all the angles now. So now I can resolve these forces in horizontal and vertical direction. In the figure, first I am going to take that 500 Newton. The theta 1 is given with respect to vertical. So I am going to resolve this force first in the vertical direction, that is 500 cos, because angle is given with respect to vertical. First I am going to resolve in vertical direction. Theta 1 value we got 53.13 degree. Therefore horizontal component of the force, that is 500 sine 53.13. Now we have second force, that is 340. Angle is given with respect to vertical, therefore first I am going to resolve in vertical direction, that is 340 cos theta 2 value 28.07. The horizontal component is 340 sine 28.07. Then we have 760 Newton force. It is acting exactly horizontal. There is no vertical component for this force. I will take as it is. Then we have last force, that is 600 Newton. It is acting vertically upward. There is no horizontal component for this force. So I did the resolution of all the four forces. Now I am going to calculate the summation along x-axis and y-axis. So first I am going to take summation along x-axis. So I will take it as sigma fx. For the first force, that is 500 Newton, force is acting in negative direction, therefore minus 500 sine 53.13. For the second force, that is 340 Newton, it is acting in positive direction, therefore 340 sine 28.07. The last force, that is 760 Newton, acting in positive direction, so I will take plus 760. If I do the summation, I will get 519.98 Newton. So I'm going to do the summation along y-axis. I will take it as sigma Fy. The first force, vertical component of 500 Newton acting upward, so I will take it as positive 500 cos 53.13 plus vertical component of 340 acting upward, therefore 340 cos 28.07, then 760 acting horizontal, there is no vertical component. The last force, that is 600 acting upward, I will take positive plus 600. If I do the summation, I will get sigma Fy is equal to 1200 Newton. Once I get sigma Fx and sigma Fy, I can calculate the resultant, that is R is equal to root of sigma Fx square plus sigma Fy square. If I do the calculation, I will get 1307.81 Newton. So after getting resultant, we can find the direction of the resultant, that is theta is equal to tan inverse of mod sigma Fy divided by sigma Fx. So we will get 66.57 as the direction of the resultant. Now I am going to show this resultant in the diagram. So sigma Fx, we got positive value, that value is Rx is equal to 519.98 Newton, it is here. Then we got sigma Fy, that is 200 Newton, that is also positive value. So Ry is equal to 1200 Newton. Therefore resultant is acting in between these two forces, that is somewhere here. So that value is 1307.81 Newton, that is R value. The angle of the resultant we got 66.57 degree. After getting the resultant value, they asked in the question, find the location of the resultant where it intersects edge AB. So for that reason, I am going to consider A as reference point. By taking A as reference point, I am going to calculate moment about A. Then using Varignon's theorem, I am going to find the location of the resultant. So I will take sigma MA is equal to, that is moment about A. If I consider this as my reference point, I will consider this 600 Newton. If I shift that force in the line of action of force, it is going to pass through A. That means it is not going to rotate that point. So now I am going to consider this 500 sine 53.13, that is also passing through A. Therefore it is not going to rotate that point. Same way 500 cos 53.13, that is also passing through A, it is not rotating that point. Then if I see one more force, that is 340 sine 28.07, if I shift that force in the line of action of force, it is passing through A. That means it is not going to rotate that point. The only left forces are, one is 300 cos 28.07. If I shift that force, if I draw the line of action, it is not passing through A. Therefore, it is going to rotate point A in anti-clockwise direction. If I take this as center, this as radius, if I am going to apply this force, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, I will take that as minus 340 cos 28.07. Now perpendicular distance, that is 700 mm. The last force, that is 760 Newton, if I shift that force, if I draw the line of action of force, it is not going to pass through A, therefore it is going to rotate point A. So just for imagination, by using principle of transmissibility, I will shift that force here. If I apply that force, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So I have to take this as minus, that is negative. The value is minus 760 into distance is perpendicular, distance is this one, that is 375 mm. So if I do the calculation, I will get sigma ma is equal to minus 4,95,004.86 Newton millimeter. Now I can apply Varignon's theorem, that is R into D is equal to sigma ma. So we got R value, that is here 1307.81, D is equal to minus 4,95,004.86. I have to take this as mod. D we will get 378.49 millimeter. So x intercept is equal to sigma ma divided by sigma fy, that is equal to mod of 4,95,004.86 divided by sigma fy, we got 1200 Newton. So if I substitute those values, we will get 412.50 millimeter. Y intercept formula is sigma ma divided by sigma fx, that is in mod. So therefore 4,95,004.86 divided by sigma fx, we got 519.98. so we'll get 951.97 millimeter. So after getting all these values, I have to show that in figure. So with respect to A, x value I will show. So total is 700 mm, then vertical distance is 375 mm. So x value we got 412, that is somewhere here. Then y value we got, that is 951, maybe that is here. Now I am going to join these 2 points. So according to resultant, my quadrant should be here. So I will take this as D, that is lever arm for the resultant. So that D we got 378.49, then R value we got 1307.81 Newton. So if I apply this force, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, that is negative we are going to get. So in this case, x intercept, so they ask where it is going to cut the edge AB, that is x intercept is equal to 412.50, then y intercept we got 951.97, therefore this angle, that is 66.57, we calculated at the beginning of the problem. So this is the final figure for this question. Here we have our next question, that is question number 6. A bracket is subjected to coplanar force system as shown in the figure. Determine the magnitude and line of action of single resultant force of the system. So that is the first part of the question. Also, if the resultant is to pass through point B, what should be the magnitude of couple and its direction? To calculate the resultant, first we have to resolve the forces. So here they given that 250 Newton force that is acting downward. So directly I will take, there is no horizontal component for this 250 Newton force. Also we have one more 250 Newton force, it is acting downward, I will take as it is. So we have 450 Newton force, angle is given with respect to horizontal, therefore horizontal component I will take 450 cos 60. The vertical component I am going to take 450 sin 60. So these are the forces, whatever the 100 Newton clockwise moment they given couple, I will take as it is. Now I am going to do the summation of these forces. First I am going to take in horizontal direction, that is sigma fx is equal to, here we have only one force, that is 50 cos 60, it is acting in positive direction, rightward, that is positive. So value is 225 Newton. Then I am going to do the summation along y axis, sigma fy is equal to the first force, that is 250 acting downward, therefore minus 250. Then we have vertical component of this 450 Newton force that is acting upward, that is plus 450 sin 60. Then we have one more force, that is 250 acting downward, therefore minus. So sigma fy we will get minus 110.29 Newton. So I can calculate the resultant now, that is R is equal to root of sigma fx square plus sigma fy square. So if I do the calculation, we will get 250.576 Newton as a resultant. So I want to calculate the direction of the resultant, that is tan inverse of mod sigma fy divided by sigma fx. So we will get angle as 26.11 degree. After calculating resultant, I want to show these values using diagram. So horizontal component of the resultant we got plus value, it is acting in positive direction. So I will take like this, that is Rx is equal to 225 Newton. Then vertical component of the resultant we got minus value, that is Ry is equal to minus 110.29 Newton. The resultant is acting in between these two forces, that is somewhere here. So R is equal to 250.576 Newton. So the angle is 26.11 degree. So after that, with respect to A, I am going to locate this resultant. So I will consider this A, then I will calculate the moment about A, then using Varignon's theorem I will locate the resultant. So I will calculate sigma MA. First I am going to consider that 250 Newton, it is passing through A, therefore it is not going to rotate that point, there is no moment from 250 Newton. So we have one more force, that is horizontal component of 450. If I shift that force in the line of action of force, it is passing through A, therefore there is no component from 450 cos 60. I will take vertical component of 450. If I shift that force in the line of action of force, it is not passing through A, therefore it is going to rotate point A in anti-clockwise direction. If I take this as radius, if I trying to rotate that point, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore I will take that as minus 450 sin 60, the perpendicular distance, that is 1 meter. So I'm going to take that here, that is 1 meter. So after that I am considering this 250. If I shift that force in the line of action of force, it is not passing through A, therefore it is going to rotate point A in clockwise direction. If I apply that force about A by taking this as radius, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction. Therefore I will take plus 250 into perpendicular distance, that is 1 plus 1, that is 2 meter. So into 2 meter. Then they given one couple, that is clockwise plus 100 Newton. I will add into the summation, that is 100 Newton. Don't multiply with 1. What will happen if I multiply, that is kilonewton into meter, that is if I multiply with distance, that is meter, that will become kilonewton meter square. That is not right, that is wrong. Therefore only just add the moment or couple, if it is clockwise positive, if it is anti-clockwise negative. So if I do the calculation, I will get sigma MA is equal to 210.28 Newton meter. So that is the moment value. Now using Varignon's theorem I am going to locate, that is Varignon's theorem is moment of the resultant is equal to summation of moment of all the forces. So resultant we got 250.576 into D is equal to 210.28. Therefore D is equal to mod of 210.28 divided by 250.576. We will get 0.839 meter. Then its intercept we can calculate, mod M A divided by sigma Fy. So that is 210.28 divided by sigma Fy we got, that is 110.29. So we will get 1.906 meter. Then Y intercept we can calculate, that is sigma MA divided by sigma Fx. So that is 210.28 divided by sigma Fx we got 225. So if I do the calculation, we will get 0.934 meter. So X intercept we got 1.906 from A. So in this direction I will show that one. So X intercept 1.906 meter. Then Y intercept we got 0.934 meter. So I want to develop positive moment, that is clockwise. So if I join these 2 points, so if I take this as moment arm, if I apply this force about A, it is going to rotate in clockwise direction. So my assumption is correct. Also it is going to satisfy this condition, that is coordinate. So my assumption is correct. I am going to take D is equal to 0.839 meter. Then R value we got 250.576 meter. Then this is the theta value, that is 26.11 degree. So this is the first part of the question. After locating the resultant, let us see the second part of the question. So in the second part, they asked if the resultant is to pass through point B, what should be the magnitude of couple and its direction? In the first part they given the couple is 100 Newton meter. If couple is 100 Newton meter, the x-intercept we got 1.906 meter. So if I want to pass the resultant through B like this, the x-intercept should be 1 meter. That means sigma MA divided by sigma Fy should be 1 meter. But I have to find, instead of 100 Newton meter, what should be the moment value. I will take this as m. Again I will recalculate sigma MA, then I will find the value of this m. If I apply this m, it is going to pass through point B. So I will recalculate sigma MA, then I will substitute in this relation. So sigma MA is equal to, first I will consider this 250, it is passing through A, therefore it is not going to rotate. Then I will consider this 450, it is passing through A, is not going to rotate A. Then we have this 450 sin 60, if I apply that one, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So I will take this as minus 450 sin 60 into distance is 1 meter. Then we have one more force, that is 250 Newton. So if I apply that force about A, it is going to rotate in clockwise, therefore 250 into 2, the only remaining thing that is m. So I will take, it is clockwise, I will take as it is as m. If I simplify this, I will get sigma MA is equal to 110.28 plus m. So I will substitute this value here, that is 110.28 plus m is equal to 1. Sigma Fy we got here, that is 110.29. So if I simplify this one, that is 110.28 plus m is equal to 110.29, therefore m is equal to 0. That means if no couple is acting, then resultant will pass through B. So if no couple is acting, resultant will pass through B. That is the second part of the question.